Anybody out there? Just seeing if anybody's out there. Oh, looks like I have one join. Hello, Meg. How are you? Have another person join. I'm here to chat, answer any questions about my acrylic pouring, anything. Well, I do acrylic pouring and alcohol inks. So if you subscribe to my channel, you may have seen some of my videos. Thought I'd go live, see if anybody had questions or wanted to chat. Do you do any pouring, Meg? Awesome. Yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy it. I decided recently to start doing some alcohol inks, and I've got the one video up and been doing 5. That's awesome. Yeah. It's fun. And the best thing yet is as long as you enjoy it, that's the biggest thing. And I enjoy experimenting. That's what I was doing with my alcohol inks today or tonight. I'll get those videos up a little later tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, because I still want to do some more stuff. I'm a night owl. Have to have these things on so I can read what the screen says. So do you like flip cups or do you prefer swipes? Do you like negative space? Oh, well, you're welcome, Carrie. I'm glad people are enjoying them. Right now I do ink on tiles. I'm going to start venturing into Yupo. Why I'm doing tiles right now, tiles are cheaper. I think these I paid 22 cents for. I just did this one. You'll see the video for it in a little bit. And the 4x4s are like 16 cents. I forget what my 6x6s are that I get. Yupo tiles, yes. Ceramic tiles, I get them at Lowe's if you're in the States. Yupo is, yes, the plastic paper. I don't know if I've got any laying around here right now. I don't. But it's called paper, but it's a plastic like material. I forget. I looked it up once, and you know, when you say paper, you think of wood product or something, but it's made with plastic polymer like material. And it also, like, if you don't like what you've done on like, if I don't like this with alcohol inks, if I decide I don't want to keep this because this is experimenting, I just wipe it off. You've tried all but the flip and drag. The flip and drag's fun. I almost kind of got hooked on it. My favorite thing to do with flip and drags is make sure I put it on here, and I put the my white my background or my white, whatever negative space color I'm going to do, I pour it so that it's up over the lip of the cup. And then I just drag it around, and if it, I don't poke holes in mine. I'm sure you've noticed that. I don't poke holes in the bottom of my cups, but I just sort of, like the cups here, and I just sort of rock it. Let's see if I can find one to, like that, sitting here like this, and it's flat, and I just sort of start rocking it, and I squeeze the sides just a little, and that'll break the suction if there is any, but then that keeps it so that the paint that's coming out of the cup kind of goes underneath the white, so that you still get some of this white cells. And yes, I did see your comment, Carrie. It is fun, and I do really like experimenting with different things. In fact, hold on a minute. I'll go show you something I didn't video, but I did. You can see the clutter of my cabinet behind the, everything gets shoved back there when I have to do some of this. As far as the shape on the flip and drags, okay, I do have a thing in mind, sort of. Let me, when I do, I have stuff stacked around here. When I do like my 10 by 20s, because for the most part, when I do a long rectangle like this, I want my piece, I'm going to want it to flow along this way. Whether I'm going to hang it vertical or horizontal. I usually try to put a curve, some sort of a wavy curve in it. The one, I can't remember which video it was. It's just a few back. I took and did the negative space, and as I did it, I did like this. So it sort of created like a wave effect. And I've had a lot of people like that one. I did give one as a wedding present to my cousin's daughter. I don't know, they didn't open gifts that night, which they don't anymore. But see, I poured on flower pots. And I poured 2 of them. They're just the clay flower pots, and how I poured it was I just poured around here in it's a dirty flip cup, and I just poured it around, and whenever I saw it didn't have a section, I made sure that to run a little more paint there. Next time if I go to do it, I may actually tape this off and just have it run this way and run over the tape, and then that way I can take the tape off. I don't know. It was fun. I really like it. I sealed it with triple thick glaze. It's not what I standardly seal things with. I know you guys know that if you've watched my varnishing and cleaning and varnishing video, I use that's what I use, the water-based varnish sealer from Minwax. Polyacrylic, there we go. Just went right out my head. I probably missed a couple questions while I was over moving things. They pop up and they're gone real quick. The first one I tried on, first thing I tried that was round like that to pour on was I don't have it in here. It was a cylinder, a cardboard cylinder that I'd gotten, one of those vinyl messages that you rub off and put on your wall. And I poured on that, and because it was cardboard, I was like, eh. But I did tape off the area where the lid went down on top of it. And it worked. The lid it goes right on. And I know a lot of people talk about pouring on like the canvas boards and things, and they warp. It's easy to fix. They're inexpensive. They are fun. They're really cool to take and then put them in a frame that's been matted. Those are a lot easier to mat and frame, in my opinion, than a regular canvas. The stretched canvas. When I give those as gifts or I sell them, I don't frame my stretch canvases. They're, I just sell them like that, and put sawtooth hangers in there with them. And I also, I also tell them that, I don't know if you've ever seen them, 3M has like the Velcro picture hangers. All of, most of the paintings that I've sold so far have been lightweight enough that you can mount them on the wall with that makes it nice because you don't have to put a hole in your wall, and if you want to change and rearrange your paintings or pictures, you can just easily do that. And I'm still working on figuring out how I'm going to make some of these so that they hang. The unusual shaped ones I'm not going to make trivets or coasters out of. I do have plans to make some magnets, and I'll have those. I'll be doing a video on that. I may do some of those tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Cool thing, if you haven't experimented with alcohol inks, the cool thing with alcohol inks is how quickly they dry. This was just like 10 minutes ago, and the gold doesn't. As you can see, the gold didn't dry, but the green does, and that's easy to fix. Hi, Valerie. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy them. Did you buy the alcohol inks like the Ranger or the Pinata, which is the Jacquard brand, and Ranger inks is the brand, but Tim Holtz is the artist that helps them to put the colors together? Or did you get, because I have these also, which I don't, oh, they're over there. They're Liquitex acrylic inks, and those are really cool too. I use those sometimes to use it to tint my pour. Acrylic, they're really fun. I have, in fact, my dendrites video, which I'm not as good. In fact, if you want to see some really cool dendrites, I'm not sure how she did them yet because I haven't had a chance to watch the video. Miriam's Nature, and if you haven't found Miriam's Nature, she is a wonderful teacher. Great bubbly personality. I was waiting for her to teach more alcohol techniques, and she's like, oh, hey. She saw mine. Oh, and she and I have been commenting back and forth a little bit on mine. Alcohol inks are fun. I have not played with the acrylic inks on like the tiles and things. Yes, you know her, Donna. Okay. I'm anxious to see what she does, some of the things she teaches on alcohol inks. Because tonight I've played. I don't know if you guys have seen my other one. You've seen, okay, this is a flower I did tonight, and it'll be on a video soon. I'll put it out on the video. Then I did this one. In between that one and this one, I played on this tile with something else and did different effects. And I was going to do totally something different on this one. And when I started playing, this is what I got. I saw this and I said, okay, we're not going to do that other effect. But I'm contemplating on these. I know you can buy frames for the 4x4s and the 6x6s that you just put these in a wood frame. I'm trying to decide how I wanted to do these. No, Carrie, I believe is it Carrie Ann, or do you go by Carrie? It doesn't. I just haven't played with them yet. I got them. I've done a few things with them, but my dendrites that I did the video with dendrites, I coated the canvas with, or it's a little canvas. Carrie Ann, okay. The dendrites, I coated it with white paint, and that white paint was a little thinner than my normal pouring, or the paint I put down for pouring. And and I would just drop that acrylic ink in there, and that's what formed those dendrites in that. Like I said, I don't know what if Miriam used the alcohol ink or if she was using acrylic inks when she did hers, but they are fun. I plan to venture into those probably in a few weeks. Yeah, sometimes I try to make sure when I do a video, I try to make sure I tell everybody the differences and the tips and things. That was a pretty early video, so I'm working on trying to make sure I get everybody's questions answered. And I think it was Donna. No, I do not make my own alcohol inks. I do know how. I've seen how. As far as you can take the markers apart and put that in alcohol and soak. I'm not sure I want to do that. Hi, Will. I'm not sure I want to do that because that may. Tonight I wore gloves. You'll see that in the videos. I wore gloves. You're shy. Well, don't be. Gel pens work great. Okay, because I'm just like going. The last two or three times I've done alcohol, but well, some of the ones I did before the video, my first video, I had you're gonna delete that. My hands were just coated with color, and it took days. So, unlike my acrylic paints, which I can get off usually the next day with just a little soap and nail brush, and if it hasn't come off by the end of the evening. The alcohol inks took a little longer to come off, even with cleaning your hands with alcohol, and they got really dry. So I just said, nope, tonight I'm going to put gloves on. So Will, have you done any pouring? Yeah, wash a lot of dishes. Yeah, I have a dishwasher, so I don't hand wash much. Pouring, alcohol, or pardon me, acrylic pouring, which is what I do on my channel. I do acrylic pouring in alcohol inks. Yeah, I didn't think you were shy. If you're shy, you probably wouldn't have said anything. You just sat out there quietly. And I'm hoping to get some more of these things done so I can get more things up. I got to get more things seen. Alcohol pouring. Yeah, I have too. It's kind of right back here at the cabinet or pantry. But I try not to do that when I'm painting. So, ladies, do you have any more questions about my inks or my acrylic pours, or how's the weather where everybody is? I saw some people on not that kind of alcoholics. Alcohol, no. I do. I do. I say not drinking. I do alcohol ink pouring. I saw where some of the people on some of the groups I'm in live like in Montana, and my cousins live in my one cousin lives in outside of Minneapolis, and they've got snow. I'm going, stay north. Oh, you're in Ontario, Canada. Do you have, I can't even stop. Ontario, Canada. Do you guys have snow up there right now? Wet weather here. Paint not drying too fast. I'm pretty lucky. Well, I have air conditioning or heat on, one of the two, all year round. I pretty much do not have windows open. So the humidity in the house stays about even. So my paints dry pretty well. Not here, real soon. Good luck with that. But yeah, Carrie Ann, I will try to do, like I said, it may be a few weeks or so, but I'll try and play with some acrylic inks so that we can see what we can do with those. Like I said, I love to play. I had a sponsor, somebody sponsored me this month, so it's like, yes, I get to go maybe get some things that I haven't tried before or want to expand into. Then I'll start playing and showing everybody. And I tried it. Do you like thicker? Thin? Actually, I like my paints pretty thin. I always keep paints made up. Let me find some here and show you. And if it's too thick, I'll thin it down while we're showing you. Don't laugh. My big jug of paint. This is one of my favorite colors. This is Artist Loft metallic cobalt blue. I caught part of that. It said watch the last video, Miriam, and I didn't catch that. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to. Okay. This now. Sure, in a few minutes I can grab a couple. This, like I said, this is a little thick. When I use metallic paints, I make them even a tad to the thinner side than I make my regular paints. I tend to find that they don't sink as much, but I'm trying to show you. When I scoop it up like this and I tilt it down, well, that was a glob, but that's pretty, that's how I like my regular paint. And what it does is now, don't do body painting. Let's see if I can tilt this down a little bit, and then I'll show you here. It's not going to show very well, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Can you see that? See how it leaves just a tad bit of like a raised bit on the top of the paint? That's just paint and Floetrol, yes. I do not, well, I won't say that yet. Currently, what I have mixed up, I have not added any pouring mediums. That does not mean I will not use some form of pouring medium. I did get some of the Vallejo pouring medium. Okay, you saw it good, Meg. That is what the consistency I like my regular paints. If I'm going to do an all acrylic pour, the other thing is on metallics, not acrylic, metallic pour. On metallics, I do not put silicone in the, or I should say dimethicone. I've been experimenting with this. In it, I do not put it in there in my metallics unless I'm doing an all metallic pour. And if you watch the most recent video I put up, the real long one I put up today, the base color, as you saw, I didn't have any silicone or dimethicone in it. That was just the Floetrol and the paint. So, and I was able to get some cells. One person that I watch, and she consistently gets cells without silicone, is Sauve Arts, S-A-U-V-E Art. She's in France. She does do beautiful. Why not in metallics? That's because them being so heavy, I don't want to have any reason for them to think about being pushed down under the paint, other colors. It's just something I thought would work, and since it consistently works, it does. I don't mess with it. You're asking about pouring medium. I did buy some of the Vallejo pouring medium. Definitely does not be need. It is not needed to be added to the Vallejo Studio paints. If you, I'm sure you've watched Anne Marie. Everybody's watched Anne Marie. The Vallejo Studio acrylic paints, kind of like golden fluids. You don't need that in here. It's so thin anyway. Basically, I use, I don't know, 3 or 4 times Floetrol to the amount of paint. Oh, welcome Valerie, Australia. Cool. So that pouring medium will be used with like my Artist Loft, my Liquitex Basics, and I've talked about Lucas Krill Studio on a couple of my videos, and I want to show you this stuff. This stuff is really cool. I love this dark indigo blue. It's the consistency is better than the Artist Loft. I'm going to squeeze some out here so you can see it. See, it's a little softer. Still stands up with a peak. Come on, focus. Here we go. It still stands up with a little bit of a peak, but it isn't quite as thick as I want to say Liquitex Basics or the Grumbacher I have. I got a sample pack of the Grumbacher. It's nice. It reminds me more consistency of oil paint, so I want to say it's probably a little heavier body. I did oil painting when I was in grade school. My mom paid for a class for me. I took lessons at it was an art or a paint studio. I don't even think it was an art supply store entirely. It had all kinds of paints in there. It was over by our house, and a bunch of us did that. What was that paint again? It's Lucas Krill, and it's L-U-K-A-S Krill Studio. And I'm trying to remember where they're in Dusseldorf, out of Dusseldorf, Germany. I found this on Jerry's Artorama, and I saw this blue, and that's what triggered me to try it. That and this is Indian Yellow, and it for those that are in the States, it reminds me of Indian corn, that orangey color that you get on the Indian corn that they used to sell in the fall for decorations outside. If you're old enough to remember that, because I haven't seen them selling it much lately. But I love these two colors together. But I've got several yellows from them. I got an orange. I got another shade of blue and teal, and I got some 2 shades, Azurian red and what's the other one? Because it's pretty. Oh, carmine. The bottle's sort of whitened, but it's a real pretty color. Yes, I mix my brand paints. I'm one of the people that do. I have never had a problem doing it. Yeah, I would say Donna said she does too. I know a lot of people. Isn't that pretty yellow? I know a lot of people that have problems with like the Apple Barrel or the Deco Art colors. I don't, but I also don't thin those out as much. And with those, I basically do 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol, and or a little less. You know, I think you all know I don't. I've said it, and I probably put it. I think it's in my description. I don't measure. I don't mix. to measure it when I mix. I just estimate it and put it in. So, but there was something I was gonna show you guys. Another paint I had gotten. I thought, oh, I was going to tell you guys, if you've never tried the Artist Loft Metallics, they have got some beautiful colors in the metallics. This is the metallic blue, and they have a metallic red, a metallic purple, and then that cobalt. I love the cobalt. And they have a metallic phthalo green. They're just really cool colors. And I do like to do all metallic pours. A lot of my unusual metallic colors are actually the Deco Art metallics. If you see the video that I did the painted the owl. The owl has some of the metallics in it. I painted the part of the wing and part of the wing and a little bit up the ears. It had some metallics in it. I really like using metallics as accents and pieces. Hey, Will Black, how are you doing? Finally get to see me. You come on camera often. I don't do that very often. Two Wills, not a Will. Okay. I have a not a Will on here too. So what you been up to, Will Black? I was showing, just stopping by to say hi. Cool. I've been playing with it more. Alcohol inks. I've done 3 or 4 videos this evening. I'll be posting those. I don't know if I'll get to them tonight, but I'll get them up there probably sometime tomorrow. Although I gain an hour tonight, so I may still be up doing them. I tend to do a lot of things late night. Love to do my. I'm a night owl. I don't know if you guys can see each other's comments or not. If not, Meg says hi, Will Black. Hopefully you guys get to, yes we can. Cool, okay. I can't remember if I saw everybody else's comments when I was watching a couple of, well, I don't think I caught Will live, but I did catch a couple other people live. Usually Will's notifications come out when I was out doing things, and I was like, oh, I can't. I can't drive and be on live. Yes. Oops. Stick that away. Yes, it does. I've been went to a baby shower today, and so I haven't been able to watch your videos yet. I was gonna try and get those done today, but I want to see what you've been doing with your alcohol inks. Well, let's see, I've been on almost 35 minutes, so I'm probably going, so I can get some more alcohol stuff done. Yeah, I watch yours. It's like, just like you surprised me when you watched mine. My favorite colors for pouring, depends upon my mood, but typically, I do blues and greens, or the blues and like that yellow, blues and yellows. No, he doesn't. Anyway. And then the other colors I like, and I haven't done, I got off on the kick of doing some other colors, and I did some earth tones because I had a couple people ask me what could I do with earth tones. I actually like to do magentas and purples and reds, put those together. Also like blues and the magentas together. I did do one, and it was really cool, and I did it for someone suggested a color scheme, and it was actually a piece of clothing, and I did it, and I'll have to do a pour with that on a video. Anyway, I will be hopping off here because I want to get some more painting done, and I will chat with you all later, and till my next video. Night, guys.